Hello everyone and welcome to your home practice. My name is Trishy and for today's class we will be doing it dedicated to stress relief and feeling better and getting some jitters out of your tummy, relaxing and feeling a lot more grounded when you walk away from your mat after class. So begin in a comfortable seat cross-legged, put the palms of your hands on your knees and close your eyes. Begin to feel grounded on your mat as you become situated and relaxed. Drop your right ear over to your right shoulder, keeping your chin parallel to the mat. So we're going to stretch our necks a little bit at first. So walk your left fingertips over to the left hip so that you're accentuating the stretch along your neck. And if you'd like it to go a little bit deeper, place your right hand on the side of your head and lengthen the distance between your ear and shoulder. Breathe gently into the stretch in your neck. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. And as much as possible, keep pulling that right shoulder away from your right ear. Lower your right palm down to your knee and begin to shift your head looking over your right shoulder and right armpit so the stretch is coming more from the back of the neck and the left shoulder. Use your right palm to help your head back to center. Release your left hand and we'll go to the other side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Feel free to walk your right fingertips out to the outside edge of your right hip. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, place your palm gently on top of your head, elongating the distance between your right ear and your right shoulder. This is to release tension in your neck and your jaw and your shoulders. So keep breathing into that space, being sure to relax your jaw as you do so. Release your left palm down to your knee and shift your head so that you're looking over your right shoulder down into your left armpit. So your head is turning left and down. You should feel this stretch all along the back of your neck and into your right shoulder. Use your left palm to help your head back center. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Look up to your palms. As you exhale, lower your palms back down to the mat. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, release your palms down to the earth. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lower your arms back down. Come to lie on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. And just let your knees knock in together, placing the palms of your hands on your low belly. And as you inhale, bend your right knee, hugging it into your chest. Feel free to do a few ankle rolls through your right foot. Then open your knee out to the side, bring it back center, and then extend through your right leg, sole of your foot facing the sky, interlacing your fingers behind the leg. You can either stay here with your left knee bent or extend your leg out onto the mat. Be sure that your heel is touching the mat. If it's not, feel free to bend your knee and place your foot back on the ground. Breathe deeply into your right hamstring as you invite it to open up. Bend your right knee, hug the knee into your chest. Then bend your left knee, both feet down on the mat. We'll switch sides, so bend your left knee, hug it into your chest. Feel free to sway the knee side to side. Then extend your left leg up to the sky, sole of your foot facing the sky, toes pointing towards your face. Interlace your fingers behind your hamstring, and if you would like to go a little further, simply extend your right leg out to the mat. Feel free to bend your left knee as much as you'd like. No need to go too far or push yourself too hard. Breathe deeply into your left hamstring. Bend your left knee. Bring both knees into your chest, give them a big hug, pull your face into your knees, and then extend both legs up to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind your head, and we're going to do a little bit of core work. So as you inhale, lift your sit bones off the mat towards your face as you extend your head and shoulders up to the sky. So inhale, crunch. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your hips off the mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. So you're bringing your legs and your elbows closer together as you exhale, and then lowering back down on the inhale. So keep going a few more at your own pace. And the reason why I included some core work into class, on your next exhale, lower back down. Let your knees fall in together. Place your palms of your hands on your belly and just relax. So as I said before, the reason why I included some core work in the class is when you're feeling very stressed and anxious, a lot of that pressure can, for a lot of people, come into the belly. So doing some core work is a good way to release that. Hug your knees into your chest as you inhale. Then lift up and come into child's pose, big toes touching, hips go back to the heels. And this time, instead of extending your arms out in front of you as you lower your head down to the mat, simply make a pillow, stacking one palm on top of the other as you lower your forehead down to the mat. Relax completely. Don't have your knees too wide. This is just a simple child's pose. Breathe deeply into your back body as you relax down to the mat. Inhale as you slowly lift back up, walking your palms into the center line. Bring your knees together. Sit back on your heels as you inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, twist over to the left, bringing your right palm on your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Lift up tall and straight through your spine and through the crown of your head as you twist over. We'll go to the opposite side. So inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, left palm to right knee, right fingertips behind you, lifting up tall through your spine and crown. Walk your palms forward, and we're going to come into puppy stretch. So hips are over knees. Let your forehead come rest down on the mat as your palms and arms extend in front of you. Be sure to keep a slight engagement in your lower tummy so that you're not having any kind of sway in your lower back. Breathe deeply as you feel all the parts of your body which are touching the earth. Inhale, walk your palms back in. Curl your back toes under. Extend your feet to the outer edges of your mat, toes pointing forward for your ragdoll fold. So bend your knees, let your belly hang over your thighs. You can even feel free to clasp onto opposite elbows as you sway side to side. A very slow rocking motion, extending through the top of your neck, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, begin to lift up. Extend your arms out to the side as you stand up, hands in prayer in your heart center. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Bring your hands to your shins as you inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold over. And then inhale, stand back up, and palms to heart center. Let's do this again. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Hold here. And then extend your feet, heels in, toes out. Squat down, yogi squat, malasana. Bring your elbows to the inner edges of your knees as you press your knees open. Being sure also to engage your glutes. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold gently in between your legs, letting your head dangle. So you're really just looking down to the mat and focusing your energy inward. Inhale, lift back up, hands in prayer. Then drop your right shoulder to the inner edge of your right knee as you open up to the left, raising your left arm overhead for a twist. Then we'll switch sides. Left shoulder to your left knee, right arm overhead. Open your chest strongly to the right as you lengthen through your spine. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, forward fold, wide feet. Toes are pointing towards the top of your mat. Take your two-piece fingers and wrap them around your big toes as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your thighs, extending your elbows away from each other. So even though this is a forward fold, be sure to keep your shoulders away from your ears as you relax down. Inhale, lengthen. Release the hold of your toes. Walk your palms forward. Feet back for downward dog. So your feet are hip distance apart. First bend one knee and then the opposite one. Keep paddling your feet just to warm up. Lift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot in between your hands. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. Hips are squaring towards the front of the mat. Warrior one. Bend your right knee deeply over your right ankle and raise your arms overhead. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward a little bit more as you drop your hips a little bit lower. Bring your arms to your hips, your hands to your hips as you straighten through your right leg. Flex your toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, folding over your right leg. So you can always bring your fingertips to a block or the ground. Being sure to keep lengthening through your spine and not completely rounding over your right leg. Inhale, bend your right knee, raise your arms overhead, and then bring your palms down to the mat, step back into downward facing dog, chest is pushing towards the thighs, roll forward into plank pose with your elbows in, lower all the way down to the mat, coming into Sphinx pose. So your shoulders are over your elbows. If you'd like to have less difficulty, you can walk your elbows further ahead of you. If you want more, you walk them in. So keep the back toes grounded, your chest pulling forward, and your shoulders laying onto the back body. Feel free to close your eyes and feel your heart center. Walk your palms forward, making a pillow with your hands, one palm on top of the other, and simply lower your forehead down on top of your hands. Focus on your breath as you breathe deeply into your low belly. Feel all parts of your body grounded to the earth. Walk your palms back in underneath your shoulder, curl your back toes under, and lift up and back in a downward facing dog. Raise your left leg to the sky, step your left foot in between your hands, back foot at a 45-degree angle, warrior one, pulling your right hip forward, left hip back as you bend your left knee over your left ankle. Raise your arms overhead on an inhale. Lengthen through your tailbone as you open your heart. And roll your shoulders down onto the back body away from the ears. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten through your left leg, square your hips to the front of the mat as you inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Bring your fingertips to the block or to the mat. Inhale, lengthen one more time, then exhale, fold over your straight leg. So a very grounding hamstring stretch. Feel free to relax your upper body and ground down evenly through both feet. Bend a little deeper as you inhale. Bend your left knee over your left ankle, warrior one, arms overhead, bringing your palms down to the earth, downward dog. Roll forward into plank pose, core is engaged, with your elbows in, lower all the way down to the mat. Sphinx pose again. Find your arm variation that is comfortable for you as you ground through your feet and pelvic area, lengthening through your tailbone, shoulders onto the back body. Close your eyes and relax. On your next exhale, bring your forearms down in front of your body, stacking one palm on top of the other, the opposite from what you did the first time, and then lowering your forehead all the way down onto your palms. Feel the energy within your heart center as you breathe deeply into your belly and low back. Lift back up, palms underneath your shoulders. Step back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Make sure that your right shoulder is still pushing down towards the mat. Step your right foot in between your hands, back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat, warrior two, bending deeply into your right knee, over your right ankle, and peeling open the hip flexor and the knee. On an exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back as you lift your chest, and then exhale, dive forward to the inside edge of your right knee. Humble warrior. Hands are overhead. Inhale, release your palms. Step both feet parallel to the short edge of your mat as you turn towards the long edge. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Come up onto your fingertips and extend your elbows away from each other. Excite your shoulders away from your ears as you feel the length and distance in all corners of your body. Inhale, lift back up halfway, spin forward to the top of the mat, and step back into downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank pose, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your right forearm in front of your chest, bending your left knee and clasping hold of your left foot with your left hand. You can always use a strap if this is inaccessible for you today, and then lower your forehead down to your hand. Press your low belly into the mat as you lengthen through your hip flexors. Release the hold of your left foot. Press your palms into the earth and lift back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, bend your knee and open your hip, keeping your left shoulder peeling down to the mat, and then exhale, step your left foot in between the palms, back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat, warrior two, opposite side. Arms reaching out at shoulder length, shoulder height. Interlace your fingers the more unusual way behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward to the inside of the left knee. Keep that left knee opening up, opening the hip. Ground through all four corners of each feet. Then inhale, lift back up. Spin to the long edge of your mat, bringing both feet parallel to the short edge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs, wide-legged forward fold. So you can take the same variation as we did before with your arms, or you can walk your arms behind your body, palms down on the earth. Be sure that your head is off the mat. Walk your palms back in, lengthen, spin to the top edge of your mat, and step back in a downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank pose. Lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your left forearm in front of your face, facing the short edge of your mat. Bend your right knee, clasp a hold of your right foot with your right hand, and lower down to your palm. Become aware of everything on your body that's touching the ground and trying to relax everything that doesn't need to work. Release the hold of your back foot, palms under your shoulders, lift up and back. Knees go wide, big toes touch. Child's pose, walk your palms forward, lower your forehead down to the mat, and relax everything down to the earth. Breathe deeply as you lengthen your inhale and exhale. And let your awareness flow with your breath. Curl your back toes under, lift up and back in a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky and step your right knee behind your right wrist for pigeon pose, extending your left leg out behind you. Make sure that you're not tipping one way or the other in your hips as you lengthen, reaching your crown to the sky, and then exhale, folding forward over the bent knee. Your forehead can either come to your palms or to a block. Take some time here and just feel that deep opening in your right hip while everything else grounds down. Breathe into that stretch. Slowly begin to lift up Swing your left leg out in front of you as you bend your right knee, bringing the sole of your foot to the inner edge of your left thigh. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your left leg, clasping hold of whatever you need or whatever is accessible to you. And try to lengthen through your spine as much as possible. Inhale, extend your arms in front of you as you lift your arms all the way overhead. And then cross your left foot over your right thigh for a twist. So left arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen, raising your right arm overhead. Clasp a hold of your knee with your elbow and twist over to the left. Feel free to close your eyes as you twist open. Come back center and release. Cross your legs, coming forward, and then stepping your legs back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, and then step your right knee behind, or your left knee behind your left wrist for pigeon pose, extending your right leg out behind you. Come up onto your fingertips as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your left knee. Relaxing everything down to the ground, everything that doesn't need to work, and squaring your hips. Place your awareness and your breath into that left hip as you release it open and relax down. Slowly begin to walk back up. Swing your right leg around and out in front of you, bringing your left sole of your foot to the inner thigh of your right leg. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your right leg, clasping hold on to whatever is accessible as you lengthen your spine while folding down. Flex into your right foot and keep your shoulders as much as possible away from your ears. Keep trying to lengthen your spine as you inhale and lowering it as you exhale. Inhale, straighten your arms as you lift them overhead, sitting up. Exhale, bring your right foot closer to your hip, crossing your right leg over your left thigh. Bring your right fingertips behind you as you inhale, lengthen, raising your left arm overhead. Exhale, twisting to the right, bringing your right elbow or your left elbow around your right knee. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, twist a little deeper. On your next inhale, come back center, scoot forward, and lower all the way down onto your back for Shavasana. Shoulders tucking onto the back body. Let your feet flop out to the side. Completely relax for these next couple minutes. You have no obligations to do. This time is completely for you. So please enjoy. Begin to wake up as you wiggle fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead and take a really nice big stretch. Roll over to one side, using your arms to come and take a comfortable seat. So for today's class, we'll actually finish with a meditation. So please get comfortable, however that may be. You can even stay in Shavasana if you like. I'm choosing to sit up on a block with my legs crossed in front of me. So take a moment and just let everything of today's practice digest within you. Feeling the effects of the practice. Place your palms of your hands one on top of the other on your belly and begin to place your awareness on your breath as you start ocean sounding breathing. So what you do is you inhale and exhale as if you're fogging a mirror, but your mouth remains closed. So there's a slight contraction in the back of the throat. Try to extend your exhales longer than your inhales as you focus in on your breath. If you feel like your mind has begun to wander, just lovingly bring your attention back onto your breath and continuing your ocean sounding breath. breathe into your palms, inhaling into your low belly and exhaling through your belly as well. Place your palms back on your knees. Bring your palms together in Anjali mudra in your heart center prayer position as you inhale deeply through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, yogis. I hope you're able to walk off your mat feeling relaxed and grounded and happy. Thank you so much. Namaste.